Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Living to Learn. Thank you all for joining me today. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would do that. Also, if you want to share this video with anybody who you think might benefit or respond well to it, feel free to do so. Thanks again for watching. So I spoke yesterday about loving ourselves unconditionally, and that's what I wanted to start out the week with. As far as this topic that I'm going to be covering this week, it's going to be about self-worth. And loving ourselves without condition is tough. And I think I started the week off with that subject because I wanted us to understand just how much work it's going to take for us to truly appreciate and to observe our self-worth and to accept that. And in my understanding, again, this is my opinion. I've said this on numerous other videos. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a marriage and family counselor. I don't have any professional certificates to provide you. So this is strictly just from my own experience and what I've learned, what I've unlearned, what I've come to understand. But that self-worth, that love for ourselves, in my opinion, is the foundation from which everything else is built on, and everything else is developed upon, because it's going to affect the way we see the world. And the way we see the world, that impacts everything in our life. It impacts the way we respond. It impacts the way that we react and how we take to things. And so what is self-worth? Well, the dictionary defines self-worth as the sense of one's own value or worth as a person. So let me say that again, the sense of one's own value and worth as a person. You see, we all have a value, we all have a worth. My opinion of you, if you're as a human being, right? If you're a human being, if you're a robot, I mean, it's different. If you're AI, it's different. But if you're a human being watching this right now, my understanding of your value is that it is priceless. Because of your design, because of your intricacies, because of your abilities. There's just not another creation. There's not another design out there. There's not another species out there like you. It's easier for me to say that about you than it is to say about myself. And that's why we're talking about self-worth, right? The self-worth has a very significant impact on our personal growth and on our happiness. If you don't think you deserve much, it's going to be hard to attain much. It's going to be hard to pursue goals. And if you don't see yourself as having value, if you don't see yourself as walking around with as a valuable contribution to this life, it's going to be difficult for us to be happy if that's how we see ourselves. Now, there's a difference, because you've heard we're talking about self-worth, right? Our sense of value and worth as a person. And then you've heard of self-esteem. Self-esteem is also very important, but there's a difference. Self-worth comes from within, whereas self-esteem is impacted by external validation, which is why we can lose self-esteem when someone says something to us that isn't nice, right? Someone calls us ugly, or just, especially, I mean, these are the things that used to happen when we were kids, right? As kids, we just said things and we didn't even think about the hurt or the impact that it had on us. Now, what happens from external validation, what happens is we start to seek out that validation from elsewhere. And to an extent, it's understandable, but that self-worth is really what we want to get to. We want to understand and appreciate the value and the worth that we have as individuals. And this is why it's important, because self-worth impacts two of the most important things in our lives. And there's a lot of important areas in our lives, obviously, but two of the most important are mental health and relationships. Again, if you don't feel or sense, if you don't know or acknowledge a value or a worth about yourself, that's going to be how you see the world. It's going to impact your mental health. It's going to impact your ability to find good in other things. Going to relationships, you've heard this term before. Hurt people hurt people. If we have a negative self-worth, if we have a negative view of ourselves, it's because we are hurting somewhere inside. There is unhealed, unattended wounds. Something happened, whether we know it or not. And it's crazy because I was reading this book by these psychologists. They're a couple, and they told a story about this girl who was having these really bad anxiety attacks, and she was going through a lot. She was going to see them for therapy, and they could not pinpoint what it was that was affecting her. And the story goes that she went home and she was talking to her mom one day, and her mom brought up a story that she didn't even know about. How they were in a bad car accident when she was just a baby, and the mom couldn't hold her for 6 months. She was separated from her mom, and the chaos of the accident, being little, being so attached and being ripped away from your mother, that did something to her psychologically that she didn't even understand. See, some of us don't even know why we see the world the way we do. We don't know why we can't build and keep healthy relationships. We don't know why we can't change our response. And I'm talking to myself as well. I'm working on this as well. I've gotten better. I've improved. I don't put myself down as much as I used to, but I've got to work on this as well. And this is why it's important to understand that there is a self-worth. It's not external validation, right? Which is more self-esteem. What people say about us, or how people respond to us when they compliment us or when they put us down, and it either builds us up or brings us down. See, that is not as it's not as intense. It doesn't affect us as much when our foundation is solid. And that solid foundation is a healthy understanding and sense of your own value and your own worth. And that's what we're talking about this week. Self-worth. Remember, self-worth is going to impact two of the most important areas in our lives. It's going to impact our mental health, and it's going to impact our relationships. We deserve to be at peace with ourselves. We deserve to appreciate ourselves. And for some of us, this is going to be, everyone's journey is different. And let me just put this out there. Because everyone's journey is different, you do not have to succumb to the opinion of another on how or when or what you choose to do as far as developing this, as far as cultivating this. You need to do what works for you, and you need to do what you need to do, and knowing that you're going to respond well to that. The idea here is to bring that value, that sense of love for self, value for self, because once we have that, it changes everything, but especially our mental health and our relationships. So I wanted to share that with you today. Again, I'm going to stay along this theme of self-worth, acceptance, love, all that. We're going to go through that this week. And I want to encourage you to take the steps towards seeing yourself in a more valuable, a more worthy view. And we have to see that. We have to do that. We don't deserve to hate ourselves. We don't deserve to settle for less because of the way we see ourselves. That's what I want to share with you today. Like I said, I'm going to stay on this theme the whole week. Feel free to watch the rest of my videos. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, because that'll tell you every time I upload a new video. Leave a comment if you liked what I said, if you thought there was something else that I should have added, if there's something I missed, let me know. Also, before I go, in the description of this video, you're going to find two things. One, you're going to find my Instagram handle at Live to Learn Coaching. There you can follow me on Instagram. But that's also a place where we can connect. If you want to send me a direct message, you have questions, you want to know if perhaps I might be a good fit for you or someone that you know that might be looking to hire a life coach, I'd love to talk with you at Live to Learn Coaching. It's in the description of this video. Also in the description of the video is 3 opportunities for you to donate financially to my channel. It's not something that you have to do, but it does help. And again, this is something I do out of the love and passion that I have for helping others. But it does require time, it does require preparation, and it does require consistency. So those financial donations are much appreciated. They're welcomed. And those of you that have already donated financially to my channel in the past, I really appreciate it. And I thank you for that gift. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.